and it's crazy to hear it because like he really knows. As an artist, I think there's all different types of us, and he is definitely an artist that knows the sound that he wants so specifically. He will coach you toward the sound that he wants, and he's always right. He's almost always right about it. Yeah.
And as I said, I practically live at Walt Disney World, so they just announced a couple months ago a brand new Encanto attraction coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Is this something that you knew about and had to keep under wraps, or did you find out like when the rest of us
They
did?
don't tell you jack shit. Even doing Encanto, I never got the full script. I only got chunks of the parts that I was taping that day. So when the announcement happened, it was very exciting, and then all my producers and directors started texting me. They were like, "We've been wanting to tell you, we couldn't, we're so excited." You know, like Yvette Marino, Jared Bell, they were all like over the moon, super pumped about it, and I can't wait to see it. They better invite me to the opening of that ride.
Right, yeah, you better be there.
I hope I get to do a voice inside it,
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the real dream, is to like have to record, oh, we need you to come in for an hour to record your voice on the ride. I mean, that'd be so cool. I better not sound like this. This is real, you guys, it's not a bit. It's called Entertainer's Secret. For dry throat and hoarse voice. So far, it's not doing jack shit. What's the sign for jack shit? So you spell jack and then make your hand shit. Man, art really is everywhere, isn't it?
I want to talk a little bit about More Better.
Yeah.
Your podcast. Now,
Yeah.
first, again, it's with your Brooklyn Nine-Nine coach.
Yeah, Melissa Fumero and I have a podcast. If you haven't heard it, it's called More Better. It's very cute.
First, I want to know how the concept even got started, and secondly, where do you even find the time to do a weekly podcast? Because you seem to be so...
We don't. It is a weekly podcast. It's like a half hour long, and it's really, Melissa and I we're very good friends in real life. I'm friends with the whole cast. And we just have all these conversations where, you know, it's like half an hour we're talking to each other on the phone while we're like making dinner or driving somewhere, and she gives me such great advice, and I have given her really great advice, and we jokingly said to each other like, oh, we should record these conversations. Maybe they wouldn't just help us, maybe they would help other people. And we took that idea to iHeartRadio, and they were like, why don't you make a podcast about it? And so now we have a producer who kind of collects these ideas every week for us to chat about. And it's really just like, you know, it's kind of like you have two friends in the back of your car, and they're just like talking about stuff while you drive is kind of the idea.
That's awesome. How difficult is it to do a week, like to find time, or do you make sure that you find time?
We make sure we find time. It's like, I mean, and it's not that hard. It's like finding time to talk to a friend, you know?
Right.
That's really what it is. It's just me and her. Honestly, it was like an excuse to just talk to her. It's like, I want to talk to you every week, so let's do this.
And then speaking of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so you also directed an episode. Is that something that you're looking to get more involved in?
No.
Okay.
Directing is so hard. Kudos to those of you who are directors. It is so incredibly difficult. You have to be so on point about everything. You have to have an answer for everything. You have to think about everything. You have to be, it's all consuming. I mean, it's so much easier to just do the acting part. I mean, there were elements of it that I really liked. I would like to produce someday. It definitely gave me more of a bird's eye view about all of the parts of television, that stuff that I'd never thought about before. And in fact, doing the second season of Twisted Metal, we just finished it. We shot it in Toronto, Canada.
Ooh.
And that was really fun because I just sort of sidled up to my showrunner, MJ, and was like, I want to learn everything that I can about what you're doing and how you're doing it. And it's just so much work. I mean, being a showrunner, being a director, it's an incredible amount of work. I think acting is also an incredible amount of work, but you're giving of yourself and like your soul, and I feel like that's a renewable resource. Whereas like my brain at a certain point will just deflate like a whoopee cushion, and there's nothing left. So yeah, I don't know that it's something that I would have to really love the project to direct it in.
Speaking of giving your soul, how important was it to you personally for Rosa Diaz's coming out on Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Oh, it was incredibly important. Yeah. It was something that I pushed from, I think, season 1. I think it was really subtle. I mean, if you go, a lot of you watch Brooklyn as a comfort show, so you can see the like breadcrumbs that I'm leaving from the very beginning. I mean, just I shaped that character as if she was someone who's queer, and having those conversations with Dan Core, our showrunner, about possibly doing a coming out storyline was really exciting. I remember being in my little Honda Civic, like I was driving to the mall to like run errands or something, and Dan called me, and you know, like when your boss calls you, it's like, oh shit. And I picked it up, I parked my car, I picked it up, I was like, hello. He said, oh listen, we have this idea, we want Rosa to come out, we don't know if that would be okay. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm doing this, like, I was like, yeah, I would love that. And he was like, we really want your input. We want you to help shape the story. So I think that that's when creators aren't themselves necessarily queer or don't necessarily have, there were queer staff members and writers, but it was so wonderful to have my point of view in it, right? Like, because there were things in the script and things in the episodes that were specifically things that happened to me, like my family saying, you know, well, you can still have a kid, so it's fine. You know, as if who I am doesn't matter as long as I can procreate or something. I remember family members saying like, well, bisexual is not real, it's not a real thing. You know, you have to choose one side or another. I remember people, you know, the gay community can be really hard on pansexual and bisexual people sometimes. And it can really feel like you're outside of it and you're not, you know. I remember at my wedding to a man, one of my gay friends was there, and the photographer was like going around and taking pictures, and they said, my gay friend was like, okay, now all the gays. And they looked at me like, come into this picture, and I almost cried, because I just felt like, it can be really hard, like, when you feel, you know, I'm not one, I'm not the other, I'm so many, I feel like so many things. And so it felt so important to put that into a show that really is just like a funny, stupid comedy, you know? I mean, essentially that's what Brooklyn is, it's a situation comedy. So to have something kind of like layered in that was subtle, serious, and heartfelt was really like special. And I think the core of the show is really it's such a heartfelt show.
Absolutely. So we're gonna kick it over to our audience questions. We're gonna hear from some of your fans.
I'm ready.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Mick.
Hi.
So my question is, you played a lot of various different roles. If there was a crossover series with two of your characters in it, what would the plot be or a scene you'd like to see?
I would love to see Vaggie and Rosa Diaz have to fight. Hand-to-hand combat, no weapons. No hair pulling.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The brush was me standing in line. Okay, Bob Ross, Madalena. First thing, I got to take a little bit of my time to help you exercise your voice. I was a theater kid. You're a world-renowned actor, so you probably know better than me. but don't forget.
I was a theater kid too.
Hell yeah. I can't do it because I have prosthetics on, but going, gently. Yes, thank you. Please, yes, everybody.
There's literally no sound coming out.
Gently, yep. Yes. Before bed every night, get those vocal cords massaged. They'll love it. Okay, good. My question for you. I have used deductive reasoning to note that Mirabelle in Encanto loves to make pom-poms. Hear me out. In her drawer, there's yarn. On her ears, she has pom-poms. That butterfly on her lapel is like a particular type of pom-pom. I must know, if you were a pom-pom, what kind of pom-pom would you be? And do you want a happy little tree stamp? I'm giving them out today.
Oh, that's so cute. Yes, I don't want to give you my germs, but I just
I'll hold my breath.
What kind of pom-pom would I be? Oh my God, what an esoteric
Like what kind of
question.
yarn texture would it squish?
Cashmere yarn.
Ooh.
But ethically sourced.
Yes, of course. Like my beard.
Ethically sourced cashmere pom-pom. Yeah.
Nice. What color?
Oh, I'd be black.
Hi. So my name is Guillermo, and I am so we know that Vague used to be an exorcist angel, but I'm just wondering, like during her free time before she was exiled, like what was her free time between the grace period from the next extermination day when she was in heaven? What do you think her free time would be like?
Oh my God, so after she was, when?
Okay, but before Lut and Anna banished Vaggie, what was her free time in heaven before she was banished?
There's children in this audience, aren't there? It starts with master. It ends with dating.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Chris. I'm a huge fan of yours, Stephanie, especially Mirabelle. She is
Thank you.
definitely in my top 5 Disney heroines.
Awesome.
And it's in large part thanks to you, your
Awesome,
wonderful
thank you.
performance. I had a super nerdy acting process question.
Yeah.
So, you do animated feature films like Encanto, but you also do a lot of like guest voices on shows like DuckTales, Legend of Vox Machina. You are a wonderful Kima on that, by the way. Is there a meaningful difference in how you approach a feature film performance compared to a TV guest spot in terms of your voice acting?
Well, the main one is time. I mean, there's so little time to record. Like Vox, I'll record 3 or 4 episodes in one session, so that like a session is maybe 3 hours. So it's just, and they go fast. Like Sam, who's the director of most, yeah. So Sam is fast. So really what he wants is like 3 takes of every line, quickly, and then he leaves space at the end to improvise. So a lot of my improv actually ends up in there because I make Sam laugh a lot. Whereas like with a feature, with something like Encanto, Jared and Yvette and everyone on that team is really specific about the sounds that they want, so it's slow. The process is a lot slower. Months and months, almost a year doing the voice for Mirabelle. In fact, when I got the role, I wasn't pregnant, and then when I finished, I was like in labor.
Yeah, I heard about
The
that.
kid over there like, ah!
I think I heard something crazy, like you had to record Waiting for America while you were like 9
Well, I didn't
months.
have to. I mean, I didn't want to tell them.
Oh, okay.
I was technically in labor, technically. not to get too like a long story, but there's something called early labor, which is like your body starts getting ready to like shoot that kid out, and like that was happening, and I didn't want to reschedule the session because we finally had figured out what we needed in that song. Lynn had rewritten it a couple times, and finally I had learned the version that you hear in the film. I did not want to reschedule. I really wanted to sing it, and in fact, the only thing that was keeping me going at the time was like, I didn't know what it was going to be like to have a baby. I was really scared. I was scared that I was going to do it wrong. I was scared it was going to go wrong, but I know how to act. So I thought, well, at least I can like go to this session and ground myself for 4 hours while we sing this song. And yeah, it was a really long process. Like I think the first time that we saw the film all together was after the baby had been born. So the main difference, like that, from the acting perspective, I think it's the same. You bring everything that you're gonna bring. You just have more time on a feature to think and more time to record. Like one scene in Encanto would be like 3 hours in the booth.
Okay.
Yeah, great question.
No, thank you so much for answering. Thank you.
I started sweating when I answered that question because I got so excited talking about acting.
Hello. Hi, I'm Maddie, and I have a question about Has Been Hotel.
Yes.
How would Vaggie interact with Lucifer?
Oh man.
Just
Spoilies. Where is everybody? They're not here yet, are they? What are you in trouble? I'll say that. I'll say, you might see.
Hi, my name is John, and I'm with Minnesota Neurodivergent. We're a nonprofit that puts on social events that are run by and for neurodivergent people. And I had learned that you had done a stage monologue from the point of view of an ADHD teenager.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, since you like these acting process questions, is there anything that you are bringing from personal experience or experience of family or friends? And also, is any of that informing the portrayal of Rosa, especially because queerness is often correlated with neurodivergence in some way?
That's such a good question. With Rosa particularly, I don't know that I ever thought about it in that way. I mean, I think for Rosa, she's really good at compartmentalizing parts of her life. And I know that sometimes neurodivergent people have to do that to be able to focus and function. I don't know that she is that. I never really explored that idea when I was filming, but I will say that when she is doing something, she is in the flow of that thing and that thing only. And the thing that she mostly loves to do is work. For myself, when I did that monologue, it was for a fundraiser. The thing that I read and talked to my psychiatrist and my therapist about was the sort of connection that can happen between people with ADHD and anxiety and managing anxiety. And my management of anxiety has grown a lot and shifted since I was a kid. But if I let my anxiety take the driver's seat, it is a very intense, wild ride, and everything is it's like my thoughts go faster than I can ever even snap. So in that way, I understand that part of some people's experience with ADHD because I struggle with anxiety. I take medication for it. I see people for it. Yeah, does that kind of answer the question that you think?
Yeah, also low-key, the Rosa voice, the deep, flat voice also reminds me of somebody in my family, so.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank
I
you
wish
so
I
much.
could do it right now, I can't.
Hello.
Hi, my name's Michael. Just wanted to start by thanking you for
your portrayals, being Pan myself, seeing Rosa Diaz come out, and seeing Vaggie with Charlie has been really nice. And seeing that not all their life problems come from just that queerness, but from real life situations that any couple faces.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that. You already kind of half answered my question talking about Rosa coming out and wanting it to, but with now playing Vaggie too and more queer characters, is that something you look for in roles, or something you're conscious of when trying to find characters?
Yeah, I mean, I'm conscious of it for sure. The thing that I'm more conscious of is if I read something that on the page that is like stinky. You know what I mean? Like a stinky portrayal of a queer person, which is like, there's a lot still. But it's not necessarily something I seek out. I'm very lucky in that now people come to me with stuff like this. Like Viv came to me with this role, and like, it's something that I'm what's a good way to say this? It's not like I feel responsible, but I kind of do, because it's my community. So like, I don't want bullshit out there. You know what I mean? Like, you know? Yeah. So like, I never want to play something that feels like, ooh, yuck. You know, like I just won't ever. I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. It doesn't mean I'm gonna do everything right. I'm gonna mess up. It's inevitable. I'm a human. But I would rather try to do projects and be a part of projects that I'm proud of.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Kaylee.
Hey.
Feel free to say no, but my question is, would you like to play a quick game of rock, paper, scissors?
Sure. Wait, do you go 1, 2, 3 and then do the thing?
No.
1, 2, 3,
I just do rock,
shoot,
paper,
or
scissors.
so.
Is it 1, 2, 3 and then show, or 1, 2, show?
1, 2, show.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, shoot. Oh,
Wait, did I win?
you won.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thus ends your professional rock, paper, scissors, undefeated. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Desi. My niece is in here. She's kind of shy, so she was wondering what your favorite song was to sing.
My favorite song ever? This is so silly. And it's like a version of something that I heard online once, and then I made up my own version of it. I love my body from my head to my toes. You know what song I'm talking about? And then I'm gonna sing the rest of it wrong because I don't know the rest of it. But I made it up for my kid. I love my belly and my mouth and ears and nose. I love my body, there's no one else like me. I'm so happy to be me. Oh my God, my voice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Jared.
Hi.
My question is, and you don't have to, if it's spoiler, obviously, you don't have to, but I was wondering if you could have more scenes with Carmela Carmine, the Overlord, because I felt that in season 1, her and Baggy have like this mentor-mentee relationship. If you could have more, what would you want out of that? No worries. Okay.
No spoilies, no spoilies. But it's a great question.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. Richard, Spider-Man 2099. Big fan. Quick question. So what was the inspiration behind the voice of Rosa Diaz? Did you get that idea from someone else, or what you draw the story behind it?
Okay, so I've lost my voice here, you can tell. When I was very poor in LA and auditioning for things, I was teaching workout classes and I was screaming and I lost my voice. And I got a callback. I got 2 callbacks actually. It was a screen test for both Amy and Rosa. But my voice was kind of like on the verge, so I kind of had to do something different for Rosa. So I dropped my voice down into a lower register, like way down there. I can't do it now because my voice is totally shot.
Sure.
But it was because I lost my voice.
How ironic.
And then I was glued into that choice, which is why in the beginning of the, you could sort of hear it in the pilot, then you could sort of hear me trying to find it again 8 months later when we shot the second episode. And then I sort of slide into what it would become. One of my friends was like, hey, have you looked at Reddit? And I was like, no, I don't look at Reddit.
I don't blame you.
I don't look at Reddit because there's nothing good there for me to find.
Fair enough. All right, thank you.
Hello.
Hello, my name's Maya. I'm just dressed as a Harry Potter nut.
Nice.
But just to start out, on the way up here, a fan was very concerned, and she wanted me to tell you to just have some straight honey and lemon juice.
I done it. I did it. I will do it again.
My question was, I know that Disney would never go for it, but if there was to be a crossover between Encanto, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Has-Been, what do you think would happen between your three characters, and who would you have the most fun voicing?
Again, I want to see fist fights. Since Disney's not going to go for it anyway, like a massive fist fight between all three of the characters. I would be so tired. Can you imagine trying to voice a fight between all three of them? Yeah, did that kind of answer the question? I mean, kind of.
Okay.
That was great.
Hello.
Tricky one to follow up. My name is Alex, and I guess as a little tidbit, you went to high school in Houston, right?
Yeah.
I believe you went to school with my older sister, actually, Leah. Does the name ring a bell?
Yes.
We'll just say yes. Okay. I just thought I'd say that. But my question for you is, you've worked with Phil Lord and Chris Miller, not just through Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but also the Lego movie, the second part.
Yeah.
And my question is, for you is, what is it like working with those two guys?
It's hilarious. They're really funny, they're really smart, they work off of each other really, really quickly and well. And they have a great way of talking to actors. Like they talk to actors like they're smart, which shockingly, some directors just don't do that. Yeah, they're really just like lovely people to be around, really lovely people to be around. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. First off, I want to say Brooklyn Nine-Nine got me and my partner through pandemic, so thank you. And kind of along the lines with the crossover, I want to know who would win in a Halloween heist between the patrons of the Has-Been Hotel and the family Madrigal.
I think Has-Been would win.
Thank you for
They're
being
rule
here.
breakers, for sure.
Hi, my name is Seth. First of all, you were great in Has-Been, and you were great in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, bisexual representation. But the question I actually have is about Twisted Metal. How different was it filming that from most of the things you've done before, just with so many locations, insane characters, fight scenes, explosions?
It is so awesome. It is the most fun. I mean, no shade to Brooklyn, but it is the most fun I've ever had on a set. It is absolutely unhinged. The comedy is like, it is wildly, I mean, Brooklyn was on a network television show. You couldn't say half the things you wanted to say.
Yeah.
And Twisted Metal is just like, bleh, like whatever you want. Like we're just throwing, you know, I mean there's kids in here, but like we are throwing everything at the wall. The car stuff is so crazy. Like driving this season was, there was, I can't wait for you to see season 2. It's everything that like we set up in season 1. It's like 10 times as big in season 2. I mean, down to the explosions. I showed a couple people today. I'm not supposed to, but I showed a couple people today in my line. In my signing line, when people mentioned Twisted Metal, I was like, look, and then I showed them like this giant explosion. It's just like, I feel like it's this like little show that could, because it came out right when the actors strike happened, so like, I wasn't even allowed to talk about it. We didn't even have a premiere. Like, I'd worked 6 months on this thing that like took me away from my new baby and my family, and I was so proud of it, and then like, the strike happened and I couldn't talk about it at all for months, and like, I'm just so proud of that show. If you haven't seen it, it's on Peacock. It's wildly funny. I feel like if you like Hazbin Hotel, you will love Twisted Metal. It is out of control, like in the best way. Thank you for asking.
Wait, and your co-star from Brooklyn Nine-Nine playing the preacher was the
Jason Mantzoukas, yeah.
Mantzoukas.
I read that preacher role in the script, and I begged our boss to get Jason Mantzoukas for it, and he is phenomenal in it. Phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we have a little bit less than 10 minutes left. We're
Hi,
gonna get through as
Mirabelle.
many as possible. Hello. What is your name?
Hi, you have to put your mouth kind of close to the microphone, which is kind of weird. Yeah. Hi.
You have a question?
It's okay. You know what? You could whisper it in your dad's ear, and then he can ask it for you.
I was ready. She wants to know which is your favorite cast in Encanto.
My favorite what?
Besides Mirabelle, who's your favorite in Encanto?
Who's your favorite character?
That's such a good question.
You gotta be careful. There's 2 of them here.
We know it's not
I'm
Isabel.
not gonna pick either of them. I don't. I think Casita. I think Casita's my favorite character because it's like a little best friend, almost like a dog. That's how they described it to me when I was recording. They were like, the energy of Casita is like a golden retriever. Casita's always there when you need it, and anything you need, Casita's got it.
So my question for you is, would you agree or disagree that Dolores is the villain in Encanto? Because she can hear and see everything. And at the end, she's the only family member not smiling in the family portrait door.
I recuse myself of this question. Okay, let's do these quick fire because I don't want anybody to get cut off.
Hi, I'm Fern. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is probably my favorite show ever. I was wondering, since it's very clearly different from other cop shows, what's your favorite difference between like the classic cop show and Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
We're good people.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, hello. My name is Alan. I wanted to know what director was the most fun to work with, like Vivian and Lin-Manuel Miranda or people like that?
Oh God. Oh no. This is a terrible question. Oh no. I will say one of my most recent directors on Twisted Metal is this guy named Bill Benz. I think his last name is P-E-N-Z. He's hilarious and really, really, really great and just wonderful all around. But that's a really hard question to choose. I should probably say Melissa Fumero.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. Hello.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Rainy. I just had a question about like your acting career. So I feel like as like a fellow theater nerd, growing up and doing theater, I feel like everybody has like a certain role or a character that they play that really helps them heal like a little part of themselves. For you, what would that character have been?
When I was 16, I got my first role in our high school theater production of Little Women, and I played Joe. And I think that was the first time that I felt like I really could do this for a living, that I could really do it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, we met earlier. I have a headcanon for a Hazbin Hotel, and I want to see if you can make it canon or not. So back in the day for Exorcist, for Vaggie, would you believe that Vaggie and Luke were a thing? like a couple? Because the fight scene, it did have some tension, so I was wondering if they were once a couple.
I wouldn't say a couple.
So you believe they were a couple then?
What?
Would you believe they were a couple then?
Do I think they were a couple?
Yeah, you think they were dating?
I don't think they were a couple.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Max, and this is my first time doing it. I'm sorry. Okay, so regarding Veg, sorry. So she was able to regenerate her wings in the finale, but why not her eye?
Because this is a really cute look.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I also have a gift for you. Yeah, what,
that's nice.
Would you sir mind giving it to her? Yeah, I don't want to, get infected.
Thank you. Got it?
We can do that.
Thank you, that's so sweet. Thank you. I love
Well, that's going to be our time. Before we go, I'm gonna talk to you about, in theater, you get that instant feedback, right? Every single night, 8 times a week, when you go in and record, especially, recording for Has Been, which we may not see for a while. Recording for Encanto takes years, and you don't get that feedback. But what is it like to come out here and see and hear the stories of those who you have affected?
It's so awesome. It is like, I know you guys hear this all the time because you go to cons and but you don't know what it means to us. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. You really have no idea what it means to us. Because we work in such a vacuum and we are trying so hard to express some part of our own humanity, and to hear that you guys responded to it and liked it, whether it was like something that got you through the pandemic, or like something that made you connect with your parents, or something that you and your partner laugh about, or like something that you just feel seen in. It is like, we have like one life, that's it. And so to think that somehow I have given you something that you enjoy and like and connect to, it is everything to me as an artist. So I can't thank you enough. Thank you.
So please give it up for yourselves. And one more time, please give it up for Stephanie, Beatriz.
Guys.
Twin City Con attendees, at this time, if you would like to exit, you are more than welcome to. However, we will not